Hello, all you fingerstyle nerds out there. This is Patrick Woods back with yet another video. My, how time flies. Can you believe it? It's been like, a week already. Well, never mind that. Today, I want to talk to you about some different alternate tunings that I use. And the only reason that I'm doing this is because there's people who every so often ask about what tunings that I use. So basically, there are only three primary tunings that I use. Only three main ones, and that is drop D, D modal, which is both E strings tuned down to D, and the one we all know and love, the beloved DADGAD, DAD, GAD. Now, once in a while, I also like to go off the beaten path and do things a little differently. So just because I use three main tunings doesn't mean that I won't experiment or won't have certain songs where I use a specific tuning. And basically what I have here is the spider capo, a partial capo which capos individual strings. And you can capo any string you want. It's not like a regular capo where you capo all six strings at once. You capo however many strings you want. You can get some very interesting harmonic possibilities. So basically what I've got here is the spider capo is sitting on the 4th fret, which brings it to the tuning of F sharp, C sharp, D, B, B, and E. So F sharp, C sharp, D, B, B, and D, and if you pronounce it like you do DADGAD, it's like Fakudba B or something like that. So before I start to sound like a Dr. Seuss book, just keep in mind that this tuning is only used for this specific song. I use it on no other songs, but the inspiration was there to do it, and the timing was right. And when I discovered this tuning, it was kind of like something I had heard in my head, the way I wanted it. So that's why the tuning is important for this particular song. So you kind of get just an excerpt of the song that I use this tuning for, is a song called Highways and Daydreams, where I'm going. So as you can see, you get some very unique chords here. Or if you put your finger on the 7th fret, 4th string, you get a very interesting harmonic combination. And then if you move one fret up to the 8th fret, you get a similar sounding chord, but yet different. So and I use both quite frequently throughout the thread and the main theme of the song, which is. So there's that. Now we can go to another tuning that I use. I got a tune down here. These are fresh strings that I just put on this evening, so it's a little dodgy. And the reason why I'm totally unplugged right now is because there's something desperately wrong with either my mic or my sound system. I'll have to check it out, but I decided to go unplug for this video because I did a couple of videos already and I played it back and the sound was completely distorted. So I don't know why that is, but we'll check it out. Anyway, I've got this spider capo. I've now tuned down to double drop D, D modal as they call it. And I have the spider capo sitting on the 2nd fret, and I have the 5th string capoed and the 2nd string capoed. So you kind of get this. And I use that tuning on a song called Mercury Rain. So there's all sorts of different possibilities once you start opening yourself up to using this thing. I actually acquired this thing years and years ago when I was playing the NAMM show out in California. And the guy who invented this is a guy named Peter Einhorn from New York. And he saw me play, and after my performance, he handed me one of these things. It was a prototype. He hadn't even come out with it yet, technically. And he said, I think you could use this. At the time, I was like, yeah, I don't know. I never used partial capos. What am I going to do with partial capo? But yeah, lo and behold, I started using it, and I recorded several songs with this thing. Some of my best songs have been written with this thing. So thank you, Peter. What do I know, right? So these partial capos, you can really do a lot of things with them. Now, I don't use them exclusively. There's just a few songs that I use them on. The rest of the time, I'm either capo free or I'm using, Dad Gad or Drop D or something like that. And of course, I use a regular capo. The capo, all 6 strings here once in a while. But that's pretty much the general gist of it. Now, in future videos, I'm going to go more in depth about tunings, but I just wanted to give people a general overview of the kind of tunings that I use, and hopefully it will give you a better idea of where I'm coming from. So that's basically it for this video, and you may be wondering what's in the next one. Well, you might have to dodge the pun because stay tuned.